Hello everyone, my name is Cam Turner, and I was asked to reflect and think about how Habitudes could have impacted my middle school years and share my story with you. Before we dive in, a little bit about myself. I am a student, a senior at the University of Michigan, go Blue, and I am pursuing a double major in organizational psychology and sociology. I was born and raised right here in Atlanta, so I'm actually interning at Growing Leaders right now, so I'm not too far from home. Dr. Elmore, Growing Leaders, Habitudes, and I go way back, actually back to my middle school days, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you all about today. I was first introduced to Habitudes as an 8th grader when I first heard Dr. Elmore speak at the Gwinnett Student Leadership Team Summit way back in 2015. I like to think of myself as a pretty observant person. I'm a huge hands-on and visual learner, and I love using metaphors to help me understand things going on in the world. And that's exactly why Habitudes has helped me become the man I am today. Having gone through and finished high school and, being in my last year of college now, middle school seems like so far long ago and also such an unimportant time in my life, but in reality, that couldn't be further from the truth. Your middle school years are really the time when you get to find yourself. You're no longer as sheltered by your parents or guardian. You've got a little more freedom to explore your interests, make friends, learn about the world, learn about people, and learn about yourself, most importantly. This is where Habitudes can have the most impact as you're given the freedom to learn about yourself. Having known Dr. Elmore for a little over 5 years now, he's got a saying that I'm sure you've heard before, but it's you cannot lead others until you know how to lead yourself. And that's exactly what social emotional learning and learning about Habitudes early on, as early as middle school, can do. And for me, Habitudes was my first step in learning how to lead myself so then I could go and spread that wealth to others. Personally, I think the biggest thing that Habitudes could have offered me had I been given it directly in middle school was the value of perspective. Learning to see the world through the eyes of others and those around me. Through Habitudes, I learned to value perspective and how to identify and understand or attempt to understand others' personalities and how those personalities not only affect that individual, but how it affects the collective society when all of our personalities intermingle in a workplace setting, in a school setting, and any interaction that we have with each other. I truly learned to think differently about myself and about the world, and once I was able to get a good hold of it, I was itching to share that with my peers and those around me. In high school, I got involved in student government. I led a few clubs and organizations and was appointed team captain in a few of my sports teams, and I truly believe that was because I was exposed early on to Habitudes and social emotional learning way early, more than most of my peers have been exposed to at that point. SEL is arguably the most important thing we can teach our youth today. I think a lot of times companies and organizations get slack because all they care about is about their bottom line. But today, more and more organizations, more and more employers, more and more companies are realizing that you have to invest in more than just your bottom line. You've got to invest in your people. And this is exactly what SEL, social emotional learning, and Habitudes can do for you and your student. In this day and age, all the middle schoolers have their phone, their laptop, their tablet, all their devices where they can seemingly learn and do anything from those devices. And so I think we've kind of lost our way to where companies, employers, colleges are looking for people who actually know how to interact with others face to face, how to communicate, understand, learn from, and engage with others. And I think Habitudes teaches you all of that and more. So if you're a parent, teacher, principal, executive, anyone who wants to invest in your students, invest in the youth, invest in the next generation, I'd highly recommend Habitudes for middle school students. I wish I had it earlier than I did. I'm thankful that I had it anyways, but I wish I had it earlier than I did. I was able to get my little brother on it way earlier than I did, and I truly think he's going to take over the world because he does have that advantage. He is more emotionally intelligent than a lot of his peers. I hope my story was insightful. I hope my story was inspiring. But truly, it's not about me. It's about your student and what you can do for them. And so don't just take my word for it, but I truly think that social and emotional learning is essential for both personal and professional growth as your student ages and matures and becomes the leader that we're wanting the next generation to be.